Topaz Gigapixel AI, a brand new update, version 5.5. This is a first look video. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, welcome to the Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. I'm super excited to show you the new update for Gigapixel AI. This is a fantastic update in my opinion. It is super fast. I've been running all kind of images through it. It's doing a great job and it's pretty impressive. So let's get a look at it right now. By the way, Gigapixel is on sale right now up till May 7th of 2021, and the image quality bundle and the creator bundle, two really good bundles with some excellent savings, are on sale right now. Plus, if you use my promo code David Kelly, all one word, David Kelly, at checkout, you receive an additional 15% off anything that you buy off of Topaz. And just click on my affiliate link in the description below, and it'll take you to the Gigapixel sale. So there you go. I make a small commission when you do that, and it helps me to keep making these tutorials. And I want to thank you in advance if you purchase anything through my affiliate link. Thank you very much. All right, now let's check out this new Gigapixel version 5.5.0. Now I have three images that I'm going to work on today, and I'm going to work on them all a little differently. So this is very important when you're starting out. If you're going to use like different scales or different models on your images, you want to make sure you don't have select all checked, because if you do, they're all going to get the same processing, okay? So that's important. So let me go back to the first image. As soon as I unchecked it, I lost my image. I just have to click on it again. This is my first image, and the information is down here at the bottom. It's 2400 pixels by 3600. Right now it's set to upscale for 4 times, and the result will be 9600 by 14400 pixels, okay? We can change that. Now, what we need to do is, if you look up here in the preview window, here's a good tip. This shows you what your image looks like, because right now I'm zoomed into 50%, right? Now I can move this around, as you can see, like this, zoomed in at 50%, but you see how snappy things are working right now, really quick. But we can see this is a JPEG image. Just to give you a little background, this is a JPEG image. It's a stock image. It's a small file, so it's very compressed, and I'm sure it has a lot of artifacts. See all these artifacts in here? Now, we're in the standard model right here. Now, when we hover over these models, we get a little help screen that tells us about each one of these different models, what they do. And my two favorites are low resolution and very compressed. Now, very compressed is new, and I'll show you how that works. We're going to need it for this image here. But first thing I want to do is I want to crop this image, because I don't like the crop here. Say I just wanted to crop tight on this orange. Now, again, it's a very small image to begin with, but I think I want to put Gigapixel to the test, and this image is going to do it. So let's go ahead and click crop. This crop feature has been with Gigapixel for a little while now. Right now, aspect ratio is free. Let's go ahead and keep the original ratio. And see these two arrows here? You can flip your crop, vertical or horizontal. So let me go ahead and crop my orange. I told you I'm going to make a really aggressive crop here, okay? And let's just say I wanted to make a pretty large print that I can hang on my kitchen wall, say maybe a 16 by 24 inch print. Right there. There's my crop. Now we can click apply over here, or you can right click with your mouse and click apply crop there too. Either way, it doesn't matter. Now, when the image is small like this, it takes a little while to do the processing, okay? Whenever you're zooming, okay, in other words, if you're zooming into say like 200%, it goes almost instantaneously. But whenever you're down to like a zoom to fit or whatever, it takes a little bit longer to do, okay? I know it says zoom to fit. We're not seeing the entire image, but because I have my view set to a side-by-side view, so I can see my two images side by side. Next, all we have to do is determine a size. So I think what I want to do is, right now it's at 4x, and that would give me, if you look down here, the result would be a 4912 by 3276 pixel image. I think I need larger. I think 6x would do my 18 by 24 just nicely. And so I'm going to go to a 6x. But now I have to pick an AI model. So let me just pull here, because there's some artifacts in this image, and you can see them up around in here. But look how nice and sharp that orange is, even in standard here. So like I said, this is a small file to begin with, and it's a JPEG. It's pretty compressed, okay? So there's a lot of artifacts in it, okay? So let's try low resolution. By the way, if you hover over these different models, you'll get some information about what the models do. And you can shut that off by coming here and just saying disable tooltips, or you can come up here into the preferences and you can shut off the tooltips right in here. Disable model tooltips. I'm going to shut this off by clicking this toggle right here. Okay, so now we won't see them when we hover, but it's nice to have them on at first just so you get used to what these different models do. Let's try our low resolution first and see if it gets rid of the artifacts. But look how long it's taking to process. It's really quick. And yeah, that's got rid of most of the artifacts. Let's look over in here. Yeah, there's some artifacts down in here. See here, it sharpened up these artifacts here, so not quite right. Let's try very compressed. What do you think? Do you think it'll work? Let's click it, give it a second or two. Oh my goodness, look at that result, man. There's literally no artifacts whatsoever. So there you go. I cropped my image. I got rid of all the artifacts. I'm going to leave the settings on auto because I think it does a really good job there. If I felt it was too sharp, I could maybe just remove the, pull back and remove blur. This actually sharpens it to the right. Take some of the sharpening away to the left. Let me just take a little bit of that sharpening away. I don't want to overdo it. We can adjust noise suppression if we need to, if there's some noise in there, but it looks good. I'm happy with it. So I could have left it in auto, but I just pulled back on the sharpening a little bit. I don't have any color bleed issues or face refinement issues because I don't have a face. Gosh, I got an orange here. So that one's done. Now I'm going to batch process these out, so stay tuned till the end because you're going to see in real time how long it takes to do these 3 images, okay? So now let's move on to our next image, which is this guy right here. This is another stock image. It's an image of a mountain. And let's just go to the mountain peak or to the summit. Is that the right word, summit? We're upscaled to 4 times, 4x. And boy, look how sharp that is on the right. I hope you can see that on your computer screen, but that is super sharp at 4x. Now this original image was a 3000 by 2000, so it's a pretty small image as well. And now it's up to a 12,000 by 8004. I could go up to a 6x if I wanted to. But look at that image on the left compared to the right. Super amazing. Let's keep it on 6x. I'm going to come down here because there's like a building over here somewhere. Yeah, right here. Check this building out. Look how sharp that is here. It looks like a factory on this mountain here. Pretty cool, right? But look how out of focus it is over here. This is truly amazing. I'm really happy. I've been running all kind of tests on Gigapixel, and this update is amazing, I got to tell you. You got to check it out. But that's 6x, but let's do it at 4x. I think 4x is going to do it. Now that we're zoomed in here, let's try the different models here. I'm going to try low resolution on it because, again, it's a JPEG image, right? And that looks pretty good. Let's try very compressed. I have a hunch there's not as many artifacts in this image. Yeah, it's a little overdone, I think. So I think I can get away with low resolution. Let's go up to the mountain peak up here. But it's processing really quick. But compare the image on the left to the image on the right. Amazing, right? No color bleed issues or face refinements here. I'm going to leave this one on auto. I think it's great. So 2 images are done. This is really fast. And remember, I don't have select all checked. So the first image is very compressed model. The second image is low resolution. And the third image is my own image here, which I'm going to do another crop. So let's click on it. This is a flower image. We don't see it yet. I'll come up to the preview and drag this flower into view. Now this is a TIFF image, the full-size image here, and I need to crop it. So let me go ahead and crop it because I have way too much space around this flower. So I'm going to go to aspect ratio, and I'll keep it in the original ratio, and I'm going to flip it to a vertical or a portrait type crop and adjust the size of my crop box here. And again, I just want to make the flower the star of the show, and I think that's going to do it. Now I can just click apply here, or I can right click and click apply crop, and I'm good to go. I'm going to change the zoom size to 50% because it's quicker at that larger size to process the preview here. And so that's good. Now all I need to do is let's take a look at the flower itself and see what I need to do. Can I get away with standard, or do I need to use low resolution or very compressed? So looking at the image on the left, looking at the image on the right. The image on the right's slightly sharper. That's good. I'm in the auto mode. I think I'm fine. I don't think I need to go to low resolution. Let me just click it and see what it looks like. And Yeah, it's okay, but I think standard's fine. I'm just going to leave it on standard, and I'm good to go. I'm going to leave the settings on auto. The suppress noise is good. I've already did noise reduction in Topaz Denoise AI before I brought it in here into Gigapixel, and the remove blur looks good. I think it's plenty sharp. I don't think I need anything else done to it. So now I have my 3 images ready to be batch processed. Let's take a look at our images down here, the files, okay? The first image is 4 times upscale, the second is 4 times, the third is 6 times, so they're all different, and they're using different models, standard, low res, and very compressed. And I have select all unchecked. Very important, because if you have that checked on, they're all going to get processed the same, so you don't want that on. Now all I need to do is click Save Images, and we'll start the batch processing. Okay, now we have this dialog box, Start Batch Processing. Now we have to give it some information here. Do we want to preserve the source format? In this case, I don't, because I want them all to be TIFF files, so I'm going to click TIFF. Now all these TIFFs are the same, TIFF or TIFF. It's just a different way of putting your file extension on. I'm just going to use TIFF. And then compression, I never compress my images, so I'll leave that off. I definitely want a 16-bit bit depth. You have your choice between 16 or 8. I always recommend 16. I'm going to leave the file name on auto. It's going to tell you if they were, what model I used on these and the size I upsized them to. And the color profile, preserve source profile, no, I want to put ProPhoto on these. If I was going to send them to a certain company to have them printed and they wanted like sRGB or Adobe RGB, whatever, you could do that. But for my stuff right now, I'm not going to print these yet. I'm going to leave them in the ProPhoto. I can always change that later when I'm ready to have them printed. So I'm going to leave them in ProPhoto. I'm going to save them to the source directory. And that will I'll put it to the same directory, okay? And then I'm going to click Start. Now, when I click Start, this is real time, so you'll see how long it takes to process. So I'm going to go ahead and click Start. And now the batch process has begun. Let's see how long it takes them. So there they go. There's the first one. It started out a little slow. I feel like I'm in a horse race. But now it's speeding up. And it's going down the back stretch. And it's almost there. It's almost there. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's done. And how long did it take? I think it's done. 21 seconds for the first image. Now the second image. Okay. And the second image is on the down stretch or the back stretch or whatever stretch. Okay, this was the low res image, and I think this was the mountain image. And the first image actually was the actual original TIFF image, my flower image. And the second image took 22 seconds. So 21 seconds, 22 seconds. Now here's our last image, and it is taking... I don't think it'll tell us the time in this one. The last one, it doesn't tell you the time, I don't think. No, but they're all done. So 3 images, and that was pretty darn quick. I would have to say that it took roughly around 50 seconds, well under a minute to do 3 images upsizing, and that's a lot faster than Gigapixel ever was for me. And now it's time to look at our results. So here was that very low res internet image, highly compressed. No artifacts in it, super sharp. So that was my first image. Here's my second image of the mountain. And look at that. Beautiful, super clear, crisp. Let me go ahead and zoom into it here so you can really see how sharp it is. And look how nice those clouds look. No artifacts, no nothing. And I've really done some pixel gazing here. There's that building over there. But man, fantastic results. And let's look at our last image. This was my flower. Now this one started out as a TIFF image, but it had all that space around it, but now it's cropped in tight and it looks beautiful. Topaz Gigapixel AI. This is a fantastic update. You got to grab it. Let me know what you think about it in the comments section below. I'd really love to hear from you. Hey, if you enjoyed this first look video today, please give it a like, share it with your friends. If you're not yet a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe. Click that bell notification icon. Then every time I upload a new tutorial, you'll be notified about it. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today in the Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. I'll see you all right here next time, but until then, happy editing.